Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about this concept, the power of the word yet. So before I start that, hope everybody's well. Real quick, a clarification, and we'll get back to the power of the word yet. Yesterday I did the video on disappointment and impatience. And there was a couple of comments that I just really want to address. Somebody assumed that I meant, so if I'm disappointed, it's my fault. Or if I'm impatient, I'm doing it wrong. And so nothing about the video yesterday was intended to blame you for not getting better yet. Not at all. It was a gentle, loving suggestion to be more patient and to be less disappointed. In other words, less outcome dependent, to become more trusting that with the right messages consistently you will get better when the brain accepts the messages of safety. So if you took offense to that or thought I was telling you it's your fault that you're not better yet, please, that would never be my intention. The last thing anybody listening to these videos needs is a feeling that they're not good enough, and Dan thinks it's their fault that they're not better. Hardly. These are gentle nudges to say, here's some things that might work better for you or be more productive. So I think that was really important. Somebody else commented and asked, given Sarno's theories about repressed emotions, there was kind of a subtle hint that I was suggesting that we not feel the disappointment or impatience. And while I did not touch on it in that video yesterday, my overall approach is, regarding emotions about the symptoms themselves, it's okay to feel them. Feel them without judging yourself for having them. Allow them to pass, but try not to get stuck on the story of ruminating on how upset you are about the symptoms all day long. It's okay to be frustrated or sad or afraid of the symptoms, but try not to live in that emotion all day long, because then that just really indicates that you are consumed by, focused on, and fearful of those symptoms. And I get that it's very easy to get into that place. I lived there for a lot of years. So these are gentle encouragements to experience the emotions. It's fine to feel sad, angry, fearful, whatever. Feel it, let it pass, and then try not to ruminate or get caught up in the symptoms all day long, because if you keep thinking about the symptoms, you're likely to experience those emotions over and over. That's what that looping thinking can do. So I hope that clarifies for not just the two people, but if two people commented, there was probably some others who also had equal concerns. So today, I really wanted to talk about the power of the word yet. So some people conclude, I haven't gotten better, so I probably won't. And I love the word yet to reframe it and say, well, I haven't gotten better yet, but I will. Listen to the difference in how that makes you feel. I haven't gotten better, so I probably won't. Ouch. Versus, I haven't gotten better yet, but I will. Just watch me. Right? And so, yet is an extremely powerful word for future pacing and for projecting into the future what's going to happen in the future. And so I love that. I love that reframing. Instead of saying I can't, say I haven't yet. Instead of saying I won't, I haven't yet. And then tack on, but I will. Just watch me. So this is a mindset shift, and it's a way of observing the language we use on describing our experience hey, Dan, I've been at this for 1 year, 2 years, whatever, and I haven't gotten better, so I'm concluding that I'm not gonna. And I really encourage you to reframe that language and say, I haven't yet, but I will. And what makes you think it's going to be different this time? Well, I think accurate knowledge, it's a perception of danger, maybe a little bit different of an approach where you don't have to go digging up your old emotions or changing who you are as a person, your personality types. You don't have to do, 16-point checklist of things to fix yourself. I truly believe that your brain and nervous system's working perfectly. It's just operating on fear and misinformation. So the goal here is to teach your brain not to be afraid by correcting the misinformation and really reframe all the symptoms as false alarms caused by a brain that's just overprotective and perceiving danger. And when you consistently remind yourself that you're not in danger, symptoms go away. So here's an example. Yesterday, I got a message on YouTube from a viewer, and they said they wanted to thank me because they were able to overcome years worth of dizziness and foggy brain, which is basically brain fog. And they did it through the power of suggestion. And it was on that video. So if you look back a couple of days, scroll through the comments, look for the comment from a doctor. And he's saying, through the power of suggestion, he was able to eliminate years worth of dizziness, which likely would have been diagnosed as PPPD, and brain fog. And he did it with the power of suggestion. Every time he noticed the symptoms, he asked himself, is this really a big deal? And he said, no, I'm still healthy, I'm still smart, and I'm fine. He did that every time the symptoms got his attention. And within a number of weeks, he said his dizziness and his brain fog went away. And what he pointed out was it was the consistent response with the right information that made it happen. Consistent. So, this stuff doesn't have to take years to settle in. He was just super clear. Is this really a big deal? And that's a great question to ask, because in the scheme of things, if it's a false alarm, it's not really a big deal. It's just a brain turning on alarm accidentally, incorrectly. And then with consistent messages of, no, I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm smart. Brain fog, I'm still smart. Still, that's a good phrase. So, I wanted to share that success because I thought it was really powerful, and it was an example of implementation of the concepts I teach all the time, and it was an example of how it can work for you. So, if you want to see it, go to the video a couple of days ago, The Power of Suggestion. Scroll down, look through the comments, and you'll see it. Dr. So-and-so, I forget his name. I should have looked it up. But it's a really powerful example of what happens when you implement consistently the right messages. The brain gets it. So, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Don't forget the power of the word yet. So powerful because it gives you the possibility, the opportunity to see that this is going to work for you. And it's not just possible to get better. When you implement consistently like that success story did, it's not just possible to get better. It's probable that you will. This stuff works, folks. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Love you, as always, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.